You know that feeling? You're doing all the right things, you're journaling, you're listing things you're grateful for, but there's still this nagging hollowness. Well, what if that's not a mood problem at all? What if it's a direction problem? Today, we're going to dive into a simple, science-backed, 7-day challenge that's all about shifting your focus from chasing those fleeting moments of happiness to building a life of deep, durable meaning.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? So much of the self-help world wants us to fix our mood, but that can totally miss the real issue. The frustration isn't about failing to be happy enough. It's that feeling of being adrift, of not having a clear sense of direction. And that's exactly what this challenge is designed to tackle.
Okay, this right here frames the whole idea perfectly. Think of happiness as the weather. It changes constantly, right? It's unpredictable. One minute it's a beautiful sunny day, the next a storm rolls in. But meaning is the climate. It's the stable underlying system that you can actually build and rely on, especially when the weather gets rough. It's the difference between having a good moment and building a good life.
So, if meaning is the real goal, the more durable thing, why are we all so obsessed with happiness? Well, it turns out that directly chasing happiness with all those popular hacks can actually seriously backfire. Let's take a quick look at why.
Here's the trap. The very act of hunting for happiness makes you painfully aware of every single moment you don't feel it. You start monitoring your mood, and this constant concern about happiness, as researchers call it, is actually linked to feeling worse. It can even suck the life out of good practices, like gratitude journaling, and turn it from a genuine moment of reflection into just another task to check off your to-do list.
All right, enough about the problem. Let's get into the solution. We're going to walk through a super simple, structured 7-day challenge. And listen, this isn't about adding more chores to your life. It's about making small, intentional shifts in your focus, moving away from constantly monitoring your feelings and toward actively building a life story that really matters to you. So here's the full game plan for the week. We're going to start by finding your anchor, then move to contributing, narrating your story, giving, decoding your stress, defining your identity, and finally, reflecting. Each day has its own theme and a tiny micro-action that takes just a few minutes. It's simple, it's structured, and honestly, it's incredibly powerful.
Let's dive right into the first 3 days. This is all about laying the foundation. Think of these as the fundamental actions that start to build your resilience and shift your whole perspective.
Day 1 is all about finding your anchor. Just picture a really brutal Wednesday. You've missed a deadline, you've got zero energy. On a day like that, happiness is nowhere to be found. But meaning can still be there. So for your action today, you're just going to write one sentence. Something I'm building right now that matters beyond today. This gives you a structural reason to keep pushing forward, even when you don't feel like it. Okay, day 2, we're going to break a bad habit. For just today, I want you to drop one of your happiness monitoring habits. Maybe it's that mood tracking app or that journal prompt that's starting to feel like a chore. Instead, you're going to take those 2 minutes to write down one thing you contributed to. The goal here is to shift your focus away from the internal question, how do I feel, and toward the external one, how did I help?
Day 3 is all about your narrative. See, happiness lives in the present moment, but meaning operates on a totally different clock. It connects your past, your present, and your future. So the task is to write 3 simple sentences, one about what shaped you, one about what you're building now, and one about where it's all heading. This simple act of weaving them together creates a story, and that coherent story is the very foundation of a meaningful life.
Okay, now we're moving into the middle of the week. Days 4, 5, and 6 are all about taking that foundation we just built and really expanding on it through your actions, your mindset, and your sense of identity. Day 4 is all about giving. Our world is so focused on consumption, right? What we can get. But real meaning is built through contribution, what we can give. So your mission today is super simple. Do one small, kind thing for someone else. And this is the important part. Expect absolutely nothing in return. No thank you, no social media post, just the act itself. And the science on this is crystal clear. Research from psychologist Roy Baumeister and his team found that being a taker, getting your needs met, has a strong link to momentary happiness. But being a giver, contributing to others, has a pretty weak link to happiness and a very strong link to meaning. They're just fueled by completely different things.
Oh, this one might be my favorite. On day 5, we're going to decode your stress. We're always taught that we need to eliminate stress, that it's the enemy. But what if it's actually a map? So here's the task. Write down your top 3 worries.
Then, for each one, ask yourself this question. What value is this worry trying to protect? That anxiety about a work project, it's protecting your value of competence. That worry about your family is protecting your role as a caregiver. Stress isn't a bug, it's a feature. It's data about what you love.
Day 6 gets to the core of it, your identity. A meaningful life is rooted in who you are, which is something you can carry with you no matter what your circumstances are. And your action today is a really powerful thought experiment to nail that down. I want you to list 3 values you'd want people to mention at your funeral. Then take an honest look back at your day. Did your choices reflect those values? This anchors what you do every day to a durable, portable sense of who you are.
And just like that, we've made it to the final day. This isn't just about one last task, though. This is about taking everything we've practiced this week and turning it into a mindset you can carry with you long after this 7-day challenge is over.
Before we get to that final action, I want you to look at this number. This whole meaning thing isn't just a nice, feel-good idea. It is backed by some serious science. A huge meta-analysis of over 92,000 people found that a sense of meaning is one of the single most reliable predictors of well-being, all across the world. So the work you're doing this week, it matters, statistically.
Okay, here it is, the final mission briefing. Day 7 boils down to a single, powerful question that's designed to check your trajectory. I want you to ask yourself this. If my daily life continued exactly as it is right now for the next 5 years, would it feel like it mattered? Don't overthink it. Just write one honest sentence in response. This is your personal compass check.
And that really brings us full circle to the ultimate takeaway here. This entire challenge, this whole shift from happiness to meaning, it all boils down to this idea. That hollowness we feel, it's not a shortage of good times, it's a shortage of a compelling story. A narrative that makes sense of both the good moments and the bad ones and gives all of them a place to belong.
So I'll leave you with that final question from day 7. And it's not a question you're meant to answer just once and be done with it. It's a tool you can carry with you. It's a way to navigate, to make sure you're not just living from one moment to the next, but that you're actively building a climate, a life that truly matters to you. So take a second. What does your answer tell you?